Hi guys, back to another episode of Reviews and Previews. We're back for another week of Premier League action. It's been a long time since the last episode. We've had lots of cup games going on, lots of more COVID postponements. We've got to go for a long way back actually. All the way back to New Year's Day, and well, interesting. No, Newcastle have not played any extra games yet. They got their game against Southampton postponed. But Arsenal, New Year's Day, played an absolute cracker against Man City. 2-1 to City, the outcome. But Arsenal should have got something from it, really. Were cheated out of it by the referee, to be honest. Gabriel, the red card. Xhaka giving away a penalty. And then Roger, the 93rd minute winner. Absolute heartbreak for Arsenal. They deserve something out of the game. Best they've played this season. Arteta had COVID, unfortunately. Yeah. So, they got done by the ref pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I think Arsenal were definitely the better team. I didn't watch the game. I was out, but I was keeping up to date with my phone, and I lost connection to the bit for the last 10 minutes, and I didn't know what the score was, and I saw Rodri popped up and scored the winner, so that was sad. It leaves us now with that loss, and it got worse, actually, for Arsenal, because they did go on and lose to Nottingham Forest in the Cup. I'll just search up Arsenal quickly. There you go. 1-0 away to Forest in the FA Cup. Didn't play our best team, but still, no excuses, really. Absolute shocking performance. Probably the worst they've played. From going to the best they've played this season to the worst they've played this season. Sort of really weird. And then another spirited performance in the EFL Cup first leg, as the first leg got postponed at Arsenal because Liverpool had COVID, but they had false positives, so they're just cheating their way out of it. Then a 0-0 draw against Liverpool. Xhaka was sent off last night. That means they'll miss the derby this week and the second leg, so that's not good. But yeah, spirited draw, and it's all to play for in the second leg. Good performance by the defenders to keep it tight, clean sheet. And yeah, they move into this week, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. Not much to say about Newcastle, apart from a few signings, actually. Kieran Trippier has signed for about 15 million, and Chris Wood signed from Burnley for about 25 million. Not the most exciting transfers, but they're all right. Yeah, so not many transfers have happened yet in the Premier League. Most of the business goes down to the final day, realistically. Other results, not many. Man United got beat, which was good for Arsenal. Tottenham, I think, beat Watford somehow. Got a bit lucky there. Yeah, no real shocks. And a good game between Chelsea and Liverpool. Leeds got a win. Burnley lost again. Yeah, Wolves beat Man United, as I said. One of the standout games of last week, really, with Man United losing again. Ragnick under a bit of pressure already, it seems. And anyway, let's go into this week's fixtures, though. So tonight we have Brighton Crystal Palace. I'm going to go Brighton 1, Palace 1. I think we're going to draw. And then we got Saturday. I'll do the midweek fixtures. Man City 2. I'll go Chelsea 1. Burnley Leicester's recently just got postponed. I'm going to go Newcastle 2, Watford 0. I think they'll pull it off, finally. Finally predicting Newcastle get something. Norwich 0, Everton 1. I think that'll be quite close. Everton not doing too well. Norwich obviously still bottom. Lost to West Ham the other day. Arsenal out the top 4. I'll talk about that in a minute. Wolves 2, Southampton 1. Aston Villa 1, Man United 1. Played in the Cup the other day, both of them. Another meeting away at Villa Park, this time for Man United. Not playing very well. Could be interesting. Liverpool 3, Brentford 1. West Ham Leeds. They also played in the Cup the other day. I'm going to go the same result. West Ham 2, Leeds 0. North London derby. Here we go. I'm going to go. If it goes on, we'll talk about that. I'm going to go Tottenham 1, Arsenal 1. I think that's just a safe prediction. Burnley Watford, big game for Newcastle and for these two, obviously. I'm going to go Burnley 0, Watford 1. I reckon Watford will get the points there. Brighton 0, Chelsea 2. Leicester 1, Tottenham 2. And Brentford 0, Man United 2. Oh, God. That was a big sneeze. Anyway, we'll head into Newcastle first of all. And yeah, as I said, two New signings have been made. Chris Wood and Kieran Trippier. Chris Wood signed the other day for 25 mil from Burnley. Paid his release clause. Good bit of business because it takes them off his hands and we get a striker because we need one because Callum Wilson is out for about 2 months. It's good to see that Paul Dummett's back, or is it? I don't know actually. In terms of how this game's going to go, I think it's going to be the Newcastle fans will be up for it, despite Newcastle going out to Cambridge in the FA Cup third round. I haven't spoken about that yet. That was shocking. Played our first team pretty much, or what we could. Yeah, I think this will be close. Watford are playing all right. They haven't obviously got their points there. This is probably two of the worst teams defensively, I think, this season. These two are playing bad at the minute, to be honest. I think Newcastle will have to get a win here. There's no point in losing this. If you lose this, you're gone, I think, because 6-pointer, isn't it? Relegation 6-pointer, classic. Yeah, Watford have been a bit busy in the transfer market. Nobody really knows who they are, though. Their signings. Newcastle made 2 big ones, and Chris Wood will hopefully start up front for us. St. Maximin on the one wing, probably Ryan Fraser on the other. Play Joe Linton in the midfield again. We just got to put a performance in that can go and get the win. The Newcastle fans will be behind them. They'll be excited. They'll be cheering on Chris Wood and Trippier. He's be playing right back, hopefully. So yeah, 2 good signings have been made, but it's whether they gel quick enough. Newcastle have to get a win really here. A draw's not really good enough. A draw's all right for Watford, I suppose, but they'd obviously, if Watford win this, I think they're pretty much safe, because I think Newcastle just won't be able to gain the ground back on them. Obviously, Newcastle's last game in the Prem was against Man United, so if they play as well as that, they'll beat anyone on their day, to be honest, so it could be interesting. I'm going to go 2-0 Newcastle. I believe they can do it with the new firepower and Wood. We'll move on to the derby, and Arsenal have a big problem with injuries. Obviously, Africa Cup of Nations has happened. It's happening as we speak. So Arsenal have lost 4 players to that. Aubameyang, El Neni, Partey and Pepe, key players. Especially Partey at the minute in midfield. Xhaka's now been suspended. Obviously, El Neni, another midfielder, gone. We've loaned out Maitland-Niles, and Sambi Lokonga is the only one left. And I don't think he's frankly good enough. Patina's too young. Odegaard's got COVID. Smith Rowe's injured. Saka, I think, got injured last night. This is highly likely this game gets postponed, to be honest. Obviously, Son's out for Tottenham, which is good if the game goes ahead. They've only got Kane up front with probably Lucas Moura. They look very bad against Chelsea, did Tottenham. But Tottenham have got the home fans behind them here. So it could be interesting. Arsenal played well against Liverpool in the Cup. I think this is going to be 1-1 just because if this game happens, I'd say 1-1 because I think it's just going to be quite tense and quite tight because both teams haven't got their big players in for this game, with Son obviously out for Tottenham. Kane's still not on good enough form, you'd think, and Arsenal got too many injuries at the minute to go and win, I think, at Tottenham at the minute. I think Tottenham will do well. I think Tottenham are more likely to win, to be honest, because they've got more squad. Their squad is a lot more thicker than ours at the minute. We've got like 5 youngsters on the bench as we speak, so I highly doubt this game will go ahead, but if it does, I think Tottenham are more likely to win, but I think I'll go draw, just because both teams are on a bit of a iffy spell at the minute, and you just don't know what is coming around the corner, really, for them. So yeah, end it there, obviously. Yeah, I'll go to the top scorers, obviously. Salah's still way out in front, despite him going to AFCON. Jota still up there with Dennis and Vardy and Antonio. We'll talk about fantasy football later in the week. Obviously, we'll see what happened with Antonio and who I put in, actually. Salah still top on assists with Trent as well. Bowen, Jesus, Pogba all up there as well. Pogba's still somehow up there, even though he's like been injured for 2 months. Man City still top the table, and they've surely got it wrapped up now. 10 points clear. Chelsea, Liverpool didn't do Man City any harm with that draw. Arsenal dropped out the top 4, but have game in hand over West Ham, so could be interesting. West Ham could go even further clear if Tottenham beat Arsenal this weekend, they will go above them. If Arsenal beat Tottenham, they'll go quite clear of them. With Tottenham still have those 2 games in hand. Obviously, Man United falling away a bit at the minute. Only 1 game in hand over Arsenal. And they are 4 points behind them at the minute, but that could all change very quickly. And at the bottom, Newcastle's still in a lot of trouble. 2nd worst goal difference there. Big game against Watford this weekend. This is make or break. Taking Burnley's best striker off of them. Admittedly, he's only got 3 goals this season, but he's probably still their top scorer. Norwich, I think Norwich will do well to stay up. Burnley are doing well. Everton and Leeds just sort of pulled away a bit. I think they'll be safe. It's a bottom 4 fight now, really. Villa, 14th somehow. It's a weird table this season. The sort of middle few and then bottom 4, really, isn't there? Anyway, yeah, big week for Newcastle and Arsenal. They'll be hoping to get a few points this weekend. A few points before the international break. Newcastle need them desperately. But yeah, it's going to be close games this weekend. Newcastle need the points. Arsenal need the points. Hopefully Arsenal can get their game called off and maybe even get through to the cup final of the Carabao Cup. So that could be interesting. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye. Bye.